Hello and welcome back to Sunless Sunday, where we sail the Sunless Sea with me, Bardon. Okay, check in here. We're full up, good. We could dig them under the ruins. I can kind of give it a go. We're fortunate, okay, we lose 2 supplies, gained 1 outlandish artifact, 1 memory, and we got 10 terror, that's not good. How many of them died down here? You could bury them in the ash, but they're so choked and jumbled, you might as well leave them here below. The whole island is the unholiest imaginable ground anyway. At least you have souvenirs. 3 grinning skulls and a carven crooked cross. Okay. And we got 3 elemental relics. Okay. Right, so that kind of makes my mind up on something as well, because I was thinking about, oh, that guy opened our oh, excuse me, bit of sneezing going on there. Yeah, one of our guys opened our box that was full of light catch box, so I was thinking, oh, why don't we make our way to Aestiville and refill it? But first of all, looking at how far away that is, not going to happen. And now that we've mucked up our terror, definitely not going to happen. So let's head off from here. So we've got plenty of fuel, and we're going to use that to our advantage by sailing at double speed to try and control that terror a little. So we have to remember we need to get to Guider's Morn. So Godfall, Field Haven, Abbey Rock, Guider's Morn. Seems like the way to do it. Get ourselves down here as quickly as possible. And again, it's fingers crossed about getting to London and, you know, having enough cash to get that new ship. Because if we do, I'm going to be a very happy bunny. Or the sea equivalent of a bunny. What would be the sea equivalent of a bunny anyway? Maybe a dolphin prancing around, wagging its tail, procreating all over the place. Don't know about the digging holes bit though. Maybe a dolphin. Could be something else though. What's your suggestion, actually? What do you think would be the sea equivalent of a rabbit? And a rabbit in a submarine is not an acceptable answer. Although it's a funny answer, so feel free to suggest stuff like that. Just that you're not going to win the competition. Even though there isn't really a competition, but you're not going to win the competition. Okay. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see this bit first. Okay. Let them tell you about past and present events in the monastery. Tales. They're eager to talk about their history. The stalactite, they assure you, was one of the citadels of the starved men who dwell in the roof. When it fell, a few of its occupants survived to become the monks' progenitors. How does that work, you wonder, with their vow of celibacy? They become vague and are suddenly eager to speak of the details of passing ships. Now let's speak with the monks here. I don't think this actually does anything now. We need something else for that. I'm just not sure what yet. Okay, shops wise there aren't any, so we shall head off. And it's Shepherd's Isle next. Okay, let's get over there. Oh, we are. Yeah, I was wondering. I was pretty sure that we did agree to transport the Acclaim end to London, but at times you think, yeah, I definitely did it, and then you check and go, oh, maybe I didn't do it. But we definitely did do it, which is good. Okay, so we're basically trying to avoid people, stepping off the ship into the sea, and mutinies and all that kind of jazz. Shepherd's Wash, the salty hinterland of London, home to hermits, nuns and shadowy business. I just love reading all those little things. I'm kind of getting annoyed. Well, not really annoyed, disappointed or sad would be better descriptors. Because I know that Sunless Sea is going to come to an end, not really soon, but soonish, because we're going to get our new ship, we're going to explore everywhere, very quickly get through stories and stuff. Then we're going to get a submarine, and we're going to do that, and I'm really sad. I'm going to miss this game. It's going to be one of those things where I play it off camera, which I don't actually play at the moment. Actually, I'm not playing any games off camera. So any game they're playing, I'm recording. But now and again, like games like this, if I finish with them, I play them for a bit, kind of in secret. Because I know that, people wouldn't want to see me playing through it again. But, to probably think, what the hell are you doing already? Like, you're way over the amount of episodes you should have done on this. But, I just can't stop. I'm going to keep playing after you guys, after I finish recording. And, I'm going to be happy with it at least. Shepherd's Isle. Curse, the bearded watchman tells you. There are no actual shepherds on the Shepherd's Isle. Sheep are mostly illegal here. No, indeed. It's just the name of the gentleman that founded the islands. Greybeard sitting in the village square nods solemnly. No sheep, one says, but plenty of tails. Ask us anything. Okay. Let's get a port report. Okay, let's take a picnic. So this will reduce our terror. Yeah, we lose 3 terror. The bearded villagers will sell you mutton stew and kefir, and stone bottles of cold fresh spring water, and row you over to the stones. Your sailors watch the fireflies shimmer, swap shanties, pass round the grog and shy stones at the more vampirically inclined zebats. Oh, and shy stones, okay. That basically means just throwing stones. Grasses nod in the breeze. Across the dark water, the lights of Abbey Rock glow watchfully. Your boatswain hands you something. Found a rock, he reports laconically. Pretty sure it's dead. I'm pretty sure too. We now have an ambiguous Eloth. Nice. We don't want to engage an officer. I think we're done there then. Yep. So let's head off. And it's going to be Abbey Rock next. Okay. Again, seeing that light, kind of little bit of a scare. But then I realized, no, that's a lighthouse. Okay, so it's going to be Abbey Rock and then down to Guiders Moor. It's the only sensible path we can take. Although going to Guiders Moor with 23 hull probably isn't all that sensible. And if anyone has, talking about like the series coming to an end, if anyone has any suggestions of a game that's story rich the way this is for me to try it after this one, please, post up suggestions in the comments. Because it's always nice to get suggestions of games from people. Because otherwise, it's what I find now with everything being online records, and you end up it's similar to the way people's Facebook groups work. It's like an echo chamber. It's the same for games and stuff like that. You kind of, because of the games you played in the past, you get suggested games that are kind of, that are similar to it, but at the same time, it keeps you in a kind of a fenced area. And then it's hard to break out of that and try a game that hasn't been suggested to you by the system. And then when that happens, when stuff like that happens, then, for me, I'm always wondering, what games could I be playing that aren't being suggested? And that's why I like people to suggest games for me. That's why I followed, I watch the people that I do on YouTube as well to see what games they're playing and whether they're ones that I'd like to play myself. Because like some of the guys that I watch have great taste in games. Some of the games I wouldn't play myself. Like, say, like Braskus is one example. Braskus at the moment is playing American McGee's Alice in Wonderland, Return to Wonderland, I think it's called. But like watching that game is a lot of fun. I know if I played that game, I wouldn't have anywhere near as much fun. But then another game that he played was, what was it called? Of course my brain decides not to remember the name of the game. Give me a second. I'm going to check. I know it's by Ice Pick Lodge. And we've even played the... there we go, Pathologic. Yeah, we've played the tabletop together. I played it with... Did I play it twice? Yeah, I think I played it twice with Braskus and some other friends, some other YouTube friends. But that's a game that I want to play at some stage on the channel. But it's a case of just making room for stuff like that. Now, let's get our port report. But again, the main thrust of what I'm saying is that if you have suggestions for games, please post them up, because I love hearing stuff like that and checking out new games. It's likely to be eventful. As always, nothing is happening. The sisters watch us. We fill their eyes. The sea crashes on the rocks, withdraws. The fortress stands solid as the last years of a century. The greatest peril you risk here is a certain purpleness of prose. We like purple prose. Well, I like purple prose. Okay, gonna knock. We don't have any recent news, so they won't give us a blessing, unfortunately. Nothing far away, a great bell tolls. Drizzle begins to fall. You sneeze. I sneezed earlier, so maybe that was important. Let's watch the comment. The comment is silent. A few lights prick its bulk. Bells sound the times of prayer. You're almost ready to give up when a side door opens. 4 nuns march out, carrying something wrapped in a blanket, and fling it into the sea. You creep down to examine it. It was likely unidentifiable even before the nuns used it for weapons practice. Now it leaks fluid from a dozen puncture wounds, but it still smells of the Z. We got a strange catch. Cool. Right, so we're not going to trade supplies. We are just simply going to head off. And remember, we're going to Guider's Moor. So we're going to go this way, even though I know there's a crab there. But I think if it comes to a fight, we could maybe take that crab. Maybe. Yeah, we can. It's only one of the very easy ones. Okay, crabby boy. Die. Here we go. Let's butcher it just simply because we don't have very many supplies left. So even though it's only 12 hunger, I think it's worth it. So we basically traded 2 hull to get rid of some hunger. Now, off to go this morning. Have to remember that fuel at the moment is not, conserving fuel is not as important to us as it normally is. Let's go around this side of this one. Stalagmites loom in the distance like the cranes of Woolsack docks, but vaster, vaster. The Corsair's forest. Our lookouts are watchful. Good. They better be. There's Patrick's lot. Hello there, Patrick. It was St. Patrick's Day only the week before last, actually. Right, so there is a small island for us to go around. No pirate ships to be seen at present. As the others raise their heads, sniff sharply, blood on the wind. Yeah, because this guy is morn. There's always blood on the wind here. Okay, let's go here. We want to explore the morn. We'll gather our intelligence. Goddess Morn swarms with pirates, smugglers, and captains of uncertain allegiance. You could learn a lot here, but you need to go carefully. Very chancy challenge. Well, let's try. Scarecrow, Scarecrow. You're eavesdropping on the captain of a lean black cutter when her first mate spots you. In the ensuing fracas, one of your crew is smashed through a flimsy wooden wall. He falls 200 feet to be impaled on a smaller stalagmite in the shadows of the morn and dies instantly. It's a painless death, but his slowly mummifying corpse will hang there for decades to come. Ships will salute it. Successive generations of children will name it, rename it, fling stones, dare each other to climb up the pinnacle and kiss its fleshy hand. Okay, bye bye crew, I guess. I've got a tale of terror. Now, we are going to let you off here. She inhales the air and smiles, perhaps for the first time. As I remember it, she remarks, less mud, more rum. At the winch head, a deferential fellow in fustian waits. He bows to the shady sort. A pleasure as ever. You he barely favours with a glance. He presses the heavy purse into your hand. Small coins, stained with salt water, but together they amount to a tidy sum. 120 echoes. Okay, but we lose our shady sort. Now, chancy challenge. No, we don't need to do that. Explore the morn? Why not? There's a surprising quantity of actual landscape on the morn. It's vertical, admittedly, but once you find the best paths and urchin roads, you can traverse it as you would a rocky moor, with an additional throatful of lurching terror. Okay, so normally this works out badly for us. Let's see. Intriguing smell. Let's try the grilled troglodyte prawns. Who'll try? Who'll buy? A street vendor turns skewers on the grill. The mixed scents are nothing like anything sold in London. Try the grilled troglodyte prawns. Huge and pale, their eyes stare bleakly into yours. Buy this, but they smell fresh. Okay, good. We lose 2 terror. We lose 5 hunger. Tangy and toothsome. Walk on, chewing cheerfully. Cool. And that's probably all that we're going to do. Yes, it is. Okay. So, next stop is London. I very much doubt we're going to get 2,000 echoes. So what we'll do is we'll go back, we'll repair the ship and we'll do a very short or shortish journey, and I think we'll probably head on down in this direction because that's the last part of the map for us to completely uncover. And I believe down there we'll be able to get the romantic literature that the, what's his name? The guy that we get the Z soup for. God, names are just gone out of my head today completely. When we see him in London, we'll know who he is. But him, we can get the literature for him. Okay, so yeah, basically straight to London then. Let's speed up a little just to get towards home water. The glassy chop of dark water, the iron clatter of feet at the hatchway. And then we fed the crew. Okay, lucky we sped up, isn't it? No landlubber would notice the change, but you feel the air prickle on your skin, somewhere new. It's not really new. Man, I always think about, about all the stuff that was planned for this game that never got implemented. Because there's so many extra stories and ports and stuff that the guys are going to put into the game. And it's like, when I hear things like that, I always feel kind of sad. All that creativity, like that, wasn't implemented. All that kind of, because obviously the people who wrote the stories and designed this game are very talented, and just that little bit extra would be great. Yeah, so let's go between those two. Far off, very far off, someone screams. Yeah, talking about like games or like, kind of stuff that people worked on that didn't get implemented. One of the games that I wish had been made, and I think I've talked about it before, is Fallout 3. Now, I don't mean like the Fallout 3 that everybody knows. I mean the Fallout 3 that was originally in production with Black Isle Studios before like they got shut down. And I believe it was called the Van Buren project. Because I remember back then, like I played Fallout 1, Fallout 2, and I played Fallout Tactics, which I really enjoyed. It's one of my all-time favorite games. But a lot of people then were kind of disparaging of it, but I think a lot of that was because people really wanted Fallout 3. So when they heard that a new Fallout game was being made, oh yes, Fallout 3 is coming. And then when it turned out to be Fallout Tactics, that kind of disappointment kind of bled over into people just slating the game because it wasn't Fallout 3. And obviously it was a departure from the way the previous Fallout games worked as well. Whereas if you don't know, like Fallout Tactics was a squad-based game. But Fallout 3 had a lot of work done on it. Then the studio was closed down, and then years and years later, obviously a Fallout 3 was made, but it wasn't the same game, and you couldn't make the same game because technology had moved on so much. Oh, hi there, an old friend. Well, we're back to London, so she's probably going to leave us. We've got nothing to hide. Go for it. They leave scuff marks on the newly scrubbed decks and take great pleasure in tangling the rigging. They find nothing more dangerous than mouldy ship's biscuits. Okay. We now have 2 menace. Okay. Let's collect messages. The alarming scholar. Okay, and this guy is the guy that wants the romantic novels. Okay, so let's start with London. Let's deliver the claim in. So we get 120 echoes for that. Thank you. Let's put our ship in dry dock. We're going to use the Admiralty Yard. Okay. Then let's go to our lodgings. We'll read the morning papers. We'll spend some time with our family. Let's use this, a memory of distant shores. We lose 20 terror and we lose 1 memory. Okay, good. Now, hold, we're at 18. Okay, so we still have our Scintillac. Let's go to shops and sell the Scintillac. Okay, so we need 1400 more, plus some extra to basically supply the ship. Now we have 29 spaces, so we should go really to the Admiralty, I think. No, Admiralty. Let's hire some more crew. Okay, we failed. We got 1 crew. Let's try again. Still only 1 crew. There we go, 2 crew. Okay, it's up to 10. Let's go to the Admiralty and start turning these in. Okay, let's see if Shepherd's Isle actually works or not. No, failed as usual. Wow, we've got a lot of fuel, don't we? Okay, so we don't need to do anything else there. Let's go to the Alarming Scholar. let's have a little chat. Let me tell you, Adam's Way, the nature of the echo is bizarre, what life birds eat, the reason the islands seem to move, why candles can't be trusted. Scholar has opinions on all of these. Some may even be true. Okay. Let's do this. So we get 10 for that. Another 10. Okay. The strange catch. Yeah, let's do that. Metal relic. I'm gonna get 5 for that. Okay. So someone that buys the loft here. Maybe or maybe not. I don't know. But if there's going to be anyone, probably here. Yes, nobody buys it here. So we can sell it to you then. 870 for that. Searing Enigma. Okay, oh, we got 1,000 echoes for that. Beautiful. Suddenly, new ship is a possibility. Because we're going to get 1,000 trade in on this ship. So we'll have 1,200 float then. Okay. So let's not do anything else until we buy this new ship. Okay, let's make sure it's the one that we want. Show the details. Hull 300. Hull capacity 120. Yes, it is. Okay. Let's trade with you. Here we go. New ship. What are we going to call the new ship? Any suggestions? Tell us. Okay, so post it up. Oh, we have to call it something now. Okay. Well, then we're going to call it the Sea Bunny. Okay. Now hold. 30 of 120. Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now, so that means we can actually do some stuff. Amazing. Well, I think what I'll do is, for now, I'm just so excited about that new ship. I'm going to end. Yeah, I'm going to end the video here because we're at 30 minutes anyway. And then next time we shall get ourselves supplied up for probably the longest journey we've taken. Now we do have to hire a bunch of crew, but that won't be a problem. And we have to get a bunch of supplies, but again, not a problem. So as always, if you have enjoyed, please hit the like button, share with a friend or two or on your favorite social media. And I really do hope to see all of you next time. Goodbye. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, maybe you'll hit the subscribe button there on the right and check out some other videos here on the left.